Hello and welcome back to the mending series. Today we're going to talk about replacing some missing top stitching. So top stitching is essentially any line of stitches done from the top of your clothes, and that is sometimes used as decoration but sometimes is used to actually hold stuff on. For example, in this situation, this pocket has been top stitched on, and this waistband on my pants has been top stitched down in order to hold the seam allowance down. But this top stitching on here has obviously popped open, so I'm going to replace that. Now, the main difficulty when it comes to top stitching is only stitching one layer of fabric. You want to make sure you don't accidentally stitch the top to the bottom of your clothes. So the most difficult part is often figuring out how to place your garment underneath your sewing machine without accidentally catching anything underneath. And my recommendation for this is use your fingers. Your eyes can only see what is on top, but you can feel with your hands to see if there's anything underneath that you're catching that you don't want to catch. Now, in order to actually top stitch this, once again, I'm going to start a little bit behind where the thread is still nice, like so, and I'm going to make sure to do my back stitch before I continue on all the way and replacing this line of thread. I'm following the line that's already there, stitching where the line used to be but is no longer there, and then continuing on to what is already there. Now, there's a short section of intact thread between this open section and this open section here, so I'm just going to keep going in one continuous line and make sure, constantly check that there's nothing under there that shouldn't be under there. Now here's this pocket section. I'm going to make sure everything's nice and smooth before I stitch on top. And back stitch at the end. And that's really all there is to that. Now I can continue wearing these pants without worrying about those little bits of thread that were coming undone. And that's really it. Happy mending, and I'll see you next time. And if you like this series and would like to support me continuing to make these videos, consider checking out my social media as well as my Ko-fi page and perhaps leaving me a tip.